Seneca writes that life is often swallowed by constant business and interruptions, a whirlpool dragging us into others' concerns. Few truly live. Most merely exist in a servitude to external demands. Seneca observes that much of life passes in evil doing, idleness, or actions unrelated to our true purpose. Hours dissolve in ceremonies, pleasures, ambitions, and vain pursuits that neither satisfy nor endure. Seneca compares time to an estate. A prudent steward makes little suffice, but a prodigal wastes all at once. So too many squander their lives in trivialities, only realizing the loss when it is too late. Marcus Aurelius counsels acceptance of what happens as part of the natural order, to live contented with the present and injustice. To reduce oneself to simplicity is to find peace amid change and chance. Seneca further notes that restlessness and agitation masquerade as industry, while sloth hides behind false moderation. Both fail to find quiet, for vice invariably breeds dissatisfaction. Ultimately, Seneca teaches that our complaint that life is too short often stems from our own neglect and mismanagement. Life's length is sufficient if rightly employed. What is lost is the time we fail to claim for ourselves. You complain that time escapes you, yet Marcus Aurelius observes that days and months are counted by those who fail to grasp the present. The illusion of scarcity arises when we lose sight of what is truly within our power. Seneca counsels that life is long if you know how to use it. The fault lies not in the hours allotted, but in the distractions that steal them away, leaving us bereft of meaningful engagement. Cicero, in his Tusculan Disputations, mourns the loss of a republic and the passing of time, yet he refuses idleness. Even amid sorrow, he turns to study and reflection, showing that time devoted to thought is never lost. Reflect on this. No external force shortens your day except your own neglect. Seneca reminds us that many live as if time were a commodity to be hoarded, yet true wealth lies in intentional use, not accumulation. The hours you waste in trivial pursuits are the real thieves of life. Marcus Aurelius, writing to himself, urges vigilance against such losses, for they are irreversible and silent. Accept that death claims all time eventually, but do not let the fear of this reality rob you of peace. Instead, guard your present moments with care and purpose, as Seneca advises in his letters. What remains after time slips away is not the hours counted, but the character forged. Your legacy is the wisdom you cultivate by choosing how to live each day, not the illusion of time you wished for. Cicero explains that fear and grief arise from opinions about evils we imagine intolerable, while lust and joy stem from desires for imagined goods. According to Cicero, these passions disrupt the mind, causing it to recoil or to crave without measure. Cicero teaches in Tusculan Disputations that when the mind moves calmly and in accordance with reason, joy is present without excess. Fear, conversely, is caution without reason, a dejection that contracts the mind and sinks it into suffering. Seneca counsels that true goodness resides not in external things, but in a pure and holy mind. He affirms that the value of our actions depends on virtue alone, not on comfort or pain endured, nor on the fleeting impressions of the body.
Seneca reminds us that a man may suffer torment with honor or enjoy ease with infamy. He teaches that the body's condition is indifferent. It is the judgment and steadiness of the mind that make life bearable and meaningful. In On the Shortness of Life, Seneca urges us to hold fast to wholesome maxims until they become second nature, so that the criterion of right and wrong appears clearly and without hesitation.
Cicero in De Officiis affirms that what is truly good is moral and honorable, and that expediency without virtue is empty. To live without regret is to live in accord with this truth, choosing only what is consistent with virtue. Thus, even when loss and disappointment touch us, what remains unshaken is the mind's firm judgment, anchored in reason and virtue, free from perturbation and regret. Seneca writes that life divides into past, present, and future. The past is certain and beyond fortune's power, the future doubtful, and the present moment slips away before we notice. We live but a moment, and time moves swiftly beyond grasp. He warns how many waste life in restless agitation or drowsy sloth, never truly at peace. Some shift endlessly, others lie inert. Both fail to honor nature's order of motion and rest, day and night, work and repose.
Seneca observes that luxury and excess betray us, stealing time and health. The man who drinks beyond measure staggers and falls, defeated by his own desires. Such folly brings public harm as well as private ruin.
Marcus Aurelius counsels that death is but another duty, no less than any action of life. Whether praised or blamed, one must do one's part, even in the face of the inevitable end. Gratitude anchors the mind amid change. Seneca urges us to remember our benefactors and the good done to us, setting our minds in order before we leave this world. Without gratitude, peace and security elude us.
To claim your time tonight is to choose presence over distraction, duty over restlessness, gratitude over complaint. In this choice lies the dignity of a life well lived, even as all things pass.